with the line and chain we have on it right now. We measured out to be about 50 fathoms we can anchor in right now. A little less than ideal, really. We often fish mid-40s for cod. So we'll have to get some more line on here at some point. We are spun around today because we are stringing on some cable onto our anchor winch. Try and get a bit deeper. We pulled our chain and line off, and we're about to coil on some nice shiny cable, 1/2 inch. The good stuff.
Take a couple wraps on it out.
Yeah. That should be alright. Try that, see what it does. Yeah. So, those of you tuned into our live stream the other day while it was blowing out, noticed that we had a little bit of a problem anchoring deeper. So this is an effort to fix that problem. Picked up 35 fathoms of 1/2 inch cable to add to the anchor winch. Yeah. Looks like really strong stuff. How's that? Great time, huh? Big old coil of it. It was not cheap, but it'll be worth it.
What do you think, Matt?
Tighten what up?
Knocked it against the side over here more? You think it's alright?
No, it's okay. That's fine. It's just gonna roll over to where it is anyways. What you think?
Well, so far so good.
That will be nice, huh, guys?
Yeah.
How many times did you pull anchor that day, huh?
Just a couple.
Just like 3, but
Yeah.
it was a losing battle.
Yeah.
Was it now? Oh yeah. What's the buoy line for? Just to keep tension on it while he coils on the drum. Well, looking like the bow needs a few touch-ups once again. Yeah, it took a couple dings from the anchor. Yep. It happens. An anchor plate up here would be nice. Just one of the kind of diamond ones you see on other boats. We'll get that eventually. I don't know what that is. Looked like a piece of tape.
Oh, it's a piece of tape. I'm the queen of the world.
It's
Porky.
Needs a little bit of Albright. As you can see, the hole is starting to get some staining. This is where we did some repair work up here already. I'm not for sure, but I think the hole was a little bit wider when we first got the boat. We'll have to do some touch-ups and then clean off the staining and then some waxing to really keep that staining at bay, and also just to waterproof the gel coat. Gel coat's water resistant, but it's also porous, so once you polish it, then it can have intrusion of water into it. Oh, there's the end. That's it. The eye? There's a name for it, but I'm forgetting it.
It'll probably go out.
I don't know what the numbers mean.
Good?
He's tying it off.
Wait, tighten up a little bit. Just slightly.
Just slightly.
It's a terrible job winding it on, but I don't know how I'll still do it, so.
Well, it's not like we wind cable on our anchor winch every day, right?
He's not used to reeling the anchor winch up.
I
The
was,
anchor winch guy.
yeah, right. I was kind of thinking that to
I've never
myself.
done that before in my life.
Never on any boat ever.
Just on the fishtail.
Nope, I do the fishtail too.
Yeah, you don't have your worn out stick anymore.
Look, it's almost time for you and T to revisit this.
I noticed that. It must be the weather side, huh?
Yeah, it
Think
is.
this needs to be redone.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
it'll be fine. If it bugs you that much, we'll just drop the anchor in like 80 fathoms. The worker coils up the line. Stupid sliver. Yeah, the splinter. Doink. So the other two ends are running inside, where Dad's gonna put some new thimbles on them. That's a metal bracket thing to keep from wearing on the line. So go inside and see what his job is in there. Yeah, I'm gonna start from this end because that's the end that gets coiled on first. You can see why you need chains to really stick to the bottom. Because even on the dock, it's hard to pull. Oh yeah. All of this gets kind of worked into the sand and slows your boat as you're anchoring before the anchor actually hooks in. You spin. Makes sense. Cool. Anchor pull. All right. I'm a tired. So, what's this little setup here? Oh, just a little tinning of a wire, which may be a controversial topic. Oh, quite a polarizing topic. What's that stuff? Flux. So that your solder doesn't oxidize. So just fill in this here fitting with some solder. And why tin? Because it keeps the wire itself from becoming oxidized when it gets moisture on it.
I see. It's missing.
No way. All that build up for nothing?
Maybe a little.
Oh my god, this guy.
Of course, I gotta
He's fired.
Good.
Clean up.
We're undoing it. We're redoing it. So, any potential downsides of tin? Theoretically.
Well, they say that some people think that the connection between the terminal and the wire can break or crack, which, I mean, potentially, and also, like, I guess the argument is between crimping versus soldering like this, and our argument is that if your terminal gets hot enough that it melts the solder off, you're already shorted out or something catastrophic is happening. So that's why we like to solder it, because it forms a secure connection and also keeps that wire from oxidizing and degrading over time. In environments like boats, that is very important to try and waterproof your stuff as well as you can, especially in areas down like the engine room, bilge, all that stuff has a tendency to be quite damp.
That makes sense.
Nice.
So just to make the pro crimpers happy, we'll do a little punch here and kind of pinch it in.
Yeah, while I try to awkwardly hold it with my right hand.
Okay, now we'll just run it under the torch again to kind of remelt that solder. That was another criticism somebody had was that when you punch it after the fact, after you solder it, crack the solder. So, make him happy? I don't remember who it was. The reason you don't punch it before is because you wouldn't be able to get your wire in there.
Oh yeah, because it'll be like pinched.
Yeah. It cooled off. That's
Well,
good.
I decided to just chop some of that off because it was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alrighty.
there's your punch right there, buddy.
We'll go back and just gonna wrap this with black tape. Usually you shrink wrap it, but it was black tape before.
But then it's not the right color.
Well, luckily for you, I have some red black tape.
Don't lose your punch, Captain says.
Oh yeah. Grab that for me, would you, buddy?
What makes it lucky for you?
You otherwise. Right, Mom?
Not true.
Actually, I don't have any red.
No, you don't. You're lying.
Probably good that Dad cut that crusty stuff off of there,
Why?
because it was really stiff
Was it?
and kind of rough, right, babe?
Here, why don't you shed some light on the subject
Yeah.
so you can actually see?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
And anyways, what's even going on here?
Well, I'm attempting to put a splice in this stuff. So for those of you that have never spliced Samson, this is Samson 2-in-1. It's got a outer core and an inner core that you can't really see right now, but you'll be able to see it here in a little while. And it's a very interesting splicing process where you open up this outer cover and you pull the inner cover out, and then you tuck the outer cover into the inner core, and then the outer core into the inner core, and then you pull it, and it makes a beautiful splice when you're done. And I guess I'll be showing you that. So you start out by marking a fid length here. This is the fid that we're going to use, and that's one fid length. You put a mark, and then you mark the distance of your thimble, your loop. You put a mark here, and this one goes around it. So I know pros that do this stuff all the time say that you don't have to follow this procedure exactly, but I don't know what they do, so we will be following the fancy little book for it.
Yeah, splicing manual.
Yeah.
Which one is it here?
This is used rope, so that's what we're using. I probably should have got a larger thimble, but and they're also kind of sloppy too. So this thimble is just going to protect this line from wear, because it'll be shackled to a chain. Okay, I think that'll work. If not, I'll just have to do it again and be annoyed. I should probably be down here, huh? What do you think, T?
Down where?
I should probably go down a bit more, huh? How do you erase that mark? I'll just put another one here to confuse myself.
I approve of that.
So each one of these marks gets kind of like a name, basically. So this one would be the R with the dot. This one would be the X. Let's see, I'm gonna have to make sure I go to this one here. So maybe I'll try and put a little arrow there. And now we're gonna tie a slip knot here, about 5 fid lengths down. This is gonna assist you later because you're gonna have to do some very interesting stuff, like pull the core out.
Mom, just hanging out.
I am. I'm looking at comments on our video. I'll have to answer.
4, 5, so it's approximately, so something like that. And we're gonna make a slip knot here. So bend sharply at X with the pusher or any sharp tool such as an ice pick awl or marlin spike. Spread the cover strands to expose core. Pry, then pull the core completely out of cover X to the taped end of the rope. Yeah, so these are basically made up of like 2 sets of braids, the outer core. So you can see these 2 sets going this way, and then you got 2 sets going the other way. I'm just gonna grab those. What I'm doing is I'm making a hole here. I'm just trying to loosen this up a little bit right now because I gotta kind of get a pretty big hole. It's a lot easier with new rope. Rope, as they would call new line. This is a lot of money right here, and we're not gonna go buy new stuff.
Not when the old stuff works perfectly fine.
Yep. So if you're curious, this 3/4 inch rope right here has a breaking strength of about 17,000 pounds new. The average, I think the minimum is like 16,800 or something along that line. So it's pretty strong stuff.
And meanwhile, while Dad's figuring that out, Matt is down here Doing what exactly?
Well, you can probably see down here a couple of fresh deep cycle batteries. We just got these today. There's a Comfish sale going on right now, so grab these for like half price, basically.
Yeah, like a steal.
Yeah. So putting these down here because we want to bring our inverter in order to run our generator less during daytime hours. Fuel, as everyone knows, is pretty expensive now, so to run the generator full time is becoming pretty spendy. I mean, it's only 0.65 gallons an hour, but that adds up over the course of a day. So if we can cut that time in half, 24 hours down to 12 hours, that's potentially 30, 40 bucks a day saved. So after a trip, add up to 150 bucks, that much less you have to put back into the fuel tank.
Yeah.
So we brought these down. We have a 300 watt inverter over on the fishtail that we're gonna bring over here just for decent overhead as far as power goes, and then we can power our computer and our Starlink with it.
Yeah.
So that's what I got going on here. Here's the cable you just saw me solder up, one end of it anyways. So just taking my time, being careful not to make any fireworks.
Yeah, that's the last thing we want.
Yep.
All right. So, Dad just struggled kind of with this process of getting the inner core out.
Not gonna lie, that was a workout to get that started, but okay, now it's we're making progress here. You can get this core wet, and I guess it makes it easier. I probably should have, but usually that just like trashes your hands too, so I didn't really want to.
It's got a trade-off.
All right, so you can see that we're starting to get this core out of here. It's a little weird looking, but that'll probably straighten out. So we're pulling this inner core out of the outer core, the sheath. You can see it's like made up of multi-strands all braided together. And all right, got that out of there. That was a real pain, so now we want to bunch this up like that, back towards that slip knot. And slide it back this way.
And what exactly is that doing?
I don't know what it's doing. It's just what the instructions tell me to do. I don't know why those two are different lengths. Hopefully it's not going to matter.
It's working its magic. I don't get it either. I think it just stretches the inner core.
Loosens it, something.
Yeah, so this is like to get them aligned, I guess. And now we're going to put a mark right here on this one. Where it exits the core. We got the cover, we got the core. We make a mark. There's a short section of the fid here. You can see these lines right here. A couple of lines, and so we got a mark there. Now we're gonna slide this back to expose more core. We're gonna use the short section of this. I'm gonna put 2 marks. And then we go 1 full length and then plus a short length here. And we're going to put 3 marks. So I've done the splice quite a few times on our anchor line on the fishtail. It's 1/2 inch. A few times with new stuff, and then once when it on the old stuff. And I actually did butt splice too one time because the line slipped off the roller and got pinched in between the roller and the fair lead, and almost, well, it completely tore the outer cover and almost parted off the inner one, and thankfully we caught it in time and didn't lose our anchor, because that would have been a very bad day. And so I had to do a butt splice. And that was interesting.
Still the same line on there?
Yeah. The splice is still there. Yeah.
Good job.
It's good stuff. I mean, that line is, it's old now. I think we probably replaced that within a few months of having the boat, so it's like 25 years old.
Amazing.
Yeah, it lasts a long time. Now we have to start doing some marking, and so we go from the beginning mark and we start marking like every other 8 strands, and then we mark every other strand, and those are going to get trimmed. So we're going to mark 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is T. Mark T. And now we are going to mark that set, and then this set, and then what do? We skip one, mark, mark, skip one, mark, mark, skip one, mark. Did I do this right? I already screwed up right there. Tristan, come on.
Come on, man.
Okay, so it's this one. Remind me that when I go to like do this properly. So I should probably put this way so I don't get confused. And I think you can use a knife or scissors. I'm just trying to see if we can do it with these scissors here. Take this tape off. And then I gotta get a hold of these. Of course, all of this is harder to do with old line because it's new stuff is really slippery. Old stuff, it's got all this grit and shrinkage and heat from working and all that good stuff, so it's not as easy to accomplish. And so what we're going to start doing is we're going to start reducing the size of this, and that's important because you have to pull this back through the center of this. We're actually going to use this fid and we'll pass it through this between 2 marks, and then we're going to pull this core through the center of that, and that's what makes this splice so strong and really reliable and indestructible.
I hate that noise.
No? Or yeah, you do?
It's like a chalkboard, and it gives me chills. Yeah. It's like a freaky, icky.
Freaky. Okay, So you can see that is a lot thinner now. It's quite reduced. And what's it say? I think it says to tape the end. Retape taped end. I'm gonna just try and put like one layer of tape on here because you gotta get it stuck inside that fid. So we got Mark 3 and we got Mark 2 over here. So we're gonna take our fid, and they do make different size fids for different size line. This is for a 1/2 inch. This is 3/4 inch, which that's what the size is here. That's important, obviously, because the length that you're using to mark for the fid length, and then also these short sections. So if you tried to use this on 3/4, it would not work. Okay, so you can just kind of like that, and then we're just going to carefully get this started. And we just want to go right through the middle of this. Okay, so what do we do here? We did that. Now we got to stuff that cover in there. I'm going to pull it through. So this is going to go into there. And use this little push dealio. This is actually too short for here, but we'll make it work. And that comes out, right? Like so. It's pretty weird looking, I know. It's gonna get better though. Okay, so those gotta come down a little bit more. Kind of like that. Get kind of bunched up here. Just manipulate that a little bit. There we go. Move tape from the tapered cover. And now you are ready to put the core back into the cover from T to X. Well, I just realized something. Unfortunately, I pulled this core through the wrong spot. It's supposed to come out down here, not here. Idiot. I don't know if I can save this or not. This taper and stuff doesn't matter. That part's right. But where I started right here was supposed to be this very first dot, and somehow I screwed that up. And that's really annoying.
Struggle to get it out of there. Get the core out.
So R was my first mark, and then you make the loop and you put an X, and oh yeah, core must be extracted from cover at this point. Duh. I don't know how I messed that up, but I did. And so unfortunately, this eye is not going to fit in there, and I kind of knew something was wrong when I saw that. So I don't know if I can salvage this or not. We'll see.
So, redoing everything?
Well, right now we're just seeing if maybe we can salvage this actually. I'll try and wrestle this out. Because I didn't really goof anything up, like the taper and everything is where it should have been. The only thing was just taking the core out of the wrong place, so. And we'll just have to put new marks on it, and that's no big deal. I'll just use a different color marker. So, yeah, back to this. So I did take the advice of the manual and got this wet, and it does seem a little bit easier to loosen these fibers up. it's all gonna be just fine. Doesn't look perfect, but I think it's pretty good. All right, back to the magic. Whoa. Scratchy. What do you think of that, dear?
That was scratchy.
Okay, so pull this from, yeah, so now you can see this core is like, instead of being 2 inches long, it's going to be long and longer, because that's where this thimble is going to be. That's the length of the eye. I knew something was wrong right away. It's like, oh man. Continue pulling cover tail through the core until mark T on the cover meets mark 2, which is going to be right there. Uh-huh. Now that looks much better.
There we go. Only took an extra half hour.
Well, I wish I'd listened to the instructions or heeded that tip of getting this wet, because that definitely makes it easier to get that out.
Oh, are you enjoying this peanut gallery?
Audience is all here.
Most guys would just hire the dude at the rigging shop to do this.
They might reject the work because it's used line. They probably only like working with new stuff.
But you know, this is like important to know, because when this stuff gets ripped up out on the grounds, what are you going to do about it?
Right.
Now this is where it gets a little tough, because this isn't tapered, so it's a tight fit. I do remember that. This is where you don't want this to like slip out. Okay, so you gotta pull on that. So you want this spot right here to get nice and tight. So you pull, and you pull, and you pull, and you pull like that. And firmly smooth. Hold the loop at the crossover with one hand, with the other hand firmly smooth towards X in one direction, towards mark 3 in the other, removing all cover slack. Tapered cover will oh, did I taper? Oh, I tapered it. Oh yeah. So, and yeah, back this way, and that'll disappear at mark 3.
Oh, yep, there it went.
See you later. Cut the core tail off close where it comes out at.
You can only cut once.
That would not be very good, would it? So I think, so now the weird thing is that you've got all this extra here. You see like all this core, but remember that this is all bunched up right here. See? So all of this right here is going to go back into here.
No turning back.
It's done now. I think that just wants to disappear like that and be out of the way. Okay. And now we have to milk the cover back by sliding hand towards loop, beginning at the slip knot.
This is where the magic happens.
The magic.
I seem to remember this part, like when you were doing this.
Right.
The milking.
Kind of fat right there. Hopefully it doesn't give me a hard time. Just hold this right there for me, please, dear. Just not, don't pull, just hold it lightly for me, please. Get this past that point. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this outside.
Fine though.
Put this right in here. Hold right here, Matt. Look at that. Right in there. No problemo. Isn't that cool?
Oh yeah. There it goes.
Put that thimble in there, buddy. See, maybe I can put that in afterwards, but maybe not, huh?
Advance this again.
Yeah. Maybe I have to, well, I don't think I'll be able to get that in afterwards. will
I don't think so.
What I need to do is get that there and get that there. Last bit should pull in there, so it's just gonna take some wrangling. Just give it a little tap.
A little convincing, right, Matt?
Oh yeah.
That's what we call massaging the line. Oh, look at that, huh?
Starting to go.
It's close.
It's almost there.
Well, definitely not the easiest thing to do, but pretty satisfying. I'm not gonna lie. A lot more satisfying than just picking it up from the shop.
All your hard labor.
Want a little hot water for that thing? Getting it over that last little bit right there. You got it. Here, maybe if I hold this way and you, oh, there it goes.
Yes.
Now you wiggle it right there.
Manhandle.
Get in your hole. You want to go home? You're gonna go home.
Oh no, you're making him laugh. You're gonna make him weak.
All right, now pull that cover.
Oh yeah, there it went.
Oh,
Whoa.
beautiful.
That's it.
I don't think we even need to seize that.
Oh, that's nice.
All right, roast us in the comments.
What did we do wrong?
That's a little wonky looking. Uh-oh.
Is it?
It's a little wonky. We just need to like adjust it slightly. See, this thimble needs to go that way.
What are you laughing about in there?
Just watching. You guys are getting it.
We got it. I think it'll all straighten out after we.
Yeah, I think it will when it stretches a little bit. Nice.
Right?
Good job,
I think that's it.
guys. Teamwork.
Whoa, whoa. Don't punch the peoples in the eyeball.
That's a nice fit in that thimble, though.
Yeah, right? Good thing I don't remember how I did it. So chances are it will not be as good on the next one.
Oh, don't worry. You'll have this video to review.
I love that sound.
Yeah.
All right. Well, look at that, huh? Just a little tiny tuft sticking out of the end. All right. Well, there it is, folks. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, because that was fun.
Hammerlock. Rusty now, but still perfectly good. This connects your chain, and well, the thimble over there will go here, and the chain or the cable thimble will go on this side, and then it just goes through with a pin. And then
Show the other end.
this little thing has like a spring locker in it. Just drives through there and retains it on that little indentation. Hammerlock. Did I show the other end, the other thimble?
Yeah.
Let me grab it. Here's the old one. Looking a little bit rough and a little out of whack.
Yeah.
Alrighty. The previously shown hammerlock, but in new form. Pick up another one for this in between, because now we need two.
And a little more? No.
There you go. Alright.
I think that should, yeah. Strategically placed to where if it all
Knock
falls
your
apart,
knuckles.
it goes in the ocean.
Yeah.
There it goes.
And it just kind of clipped in right there. Felt it
Yeah,
give
this
way.
pin has a shoulder, so it's retained inside there. And that's that.
Yeah, there it is.
Right. Sorry.
You didn't like it after all.
There was a little gap there. Okay, ready?
Oh. Is that lever a little sticky?
Seems like that might do all right on that roller.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine.
There it is. Very nice.
It'll be a bit awkward braking period. Or not.
You like, Mom?
Hold it a sec.
Oh, hold.
That might not have been good that I was putting tension on that.
Oh, twisting it around.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay, go ahead. Think it's alright?
It's probably fine. It'll just equalize. The twists were already there. Yeah.
Coming up on the end.
You gonna fit on there?
Oh yeah.
What happened, Matt? You let it bunch up right there.
What the?